The Belgians know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Chocolate and fucking fruit beers. The Belgians are unbeatable.
Chocolate and fucking fruit?
Yes. You know, the fruit that's big enough for you to...
Oh.
Well, it depends. You know, for some people it doesn't
Well.
take a big fruit. But, you know, for
You
some of
gotta
us...
be careful with that fruit word.
You need a watermelon, you know. Why do black people like watermelons? The only fruit big enough to hide our dicks in.
What? Are you kidding me?
Okay. I'll be okay. Probably not, but I'll be okay. Okay. I'm ready. Oh, we're gonna have some fun with these shows. Shit. Oh, okay. See, I'm not planning on doing that, though.
All right. Are we ready?
Yes.
All right. Yes, creaky chair. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, everything in between, and welcome once again to the Not Robots podcast. That's your host Harry. I'm Pete, and we got a request to talk about what's going on. And since we don't really talk about current events today, we're talking about what are we talking about?
Energy drinks.
No.
Today we're talking about Rein.
Well, we're talking about the rain.
Best. Yeah, Rein.
R-A-I-N.
You said rain.
No.
You
The rain.
said-
It's
no,
raining
You
outside.
said rain. No,
It's not energy
you said,
drinking
you said,
outside.
You said rain. Why do we care if water's falling from the sky? You said rain.
R-A-I-N.
No, you said rain.
Reign supreme. No.
Yes, exactly.
No.
No,
No.
we're not talking about the reign of the Khanate Empire.
No.
Reign of Fire.
No.
Great movie with the dragon. Rein that horse in.
No.
Fine.
We're talking about the fact that it's raining. The rain, specifically, water fallen from the sky.
I hear that in Spain it falls mainly on the plain.
Okay. All right. So we know stuff about rain, right? We know.
Whoa. We who?
You and
Who
I.
is- No.
The listeners?
No. I don't know anything about rain.
You don't know that the rain falls from the sky. No.
So does
Birds.
space debris, bird poop,
Asteroids.
asteroids, palm fronds. For my friends in the Northeast and Mid Atlantic, leaves. Here we don't have those.
palm fronds.
We have palm fronds, and they would fall all year. So,
Yeah, but you don't have to rake them up. You just pick the one that fell down up, and you set it out.
only if one fell. A good blustery day could lead you with like a shack,
6 or 7.
a thatched roof, practically.
Yeah, but you're not raking them up.
You can't rake them. Those things are heavy.
They're huge.
Yeah, they're huge.
Huge.
So you've got to like pick them up and put them down in a dumpster, preferably.
Yeah, they're not heavy at all. I mean, they're heavier than regular leaves. I'll get into that. So I mean, I guess comparatively, they probably.
They're
weigh
as
a lot.
heavy as a bag of regular leaves.
Yeah, that's not. Oh, okay. Like say me picking up something
But
heavy.
once again,
Yeah.
hi, my name is P. Hold on while I get this debris off my knuckles. It sucks to drag them. So today my workout was I warmed up with a V8 engine block, and then I worked my way up to 2 diesel tractors, and
And they finish it off with 12 beluga whales.
one-armed row.
Per side, inverted.
Oh yeah, hanging upside down from a bar.
No.
Yeah,
No.
yeah,
No.
yeah.
No. I mean, most of my workout is done with a 20-pound dumbbell. I know. You're like, that's not possible. Yes, it is. It's just a 20-pound dumbbell. You do a lot with a 20-pound dumbbell. But you can't make it rain. You know. All right.
Okay.
We're not talking about like making it rain at a strip club kind of thing. That's
What's
no.
a strip club?
Well, it's this place where
Is that where they drag race?
it's a club. I guess.
Oh, so it's a car club.
It doesn't have like a club membership.
Then how's it a club if it doesn't have membership?
You know, that's a good point. It's not.
It's
not really a club.
It's not a club.
No, because
No,
anybody can come in. It's
then
not exclusive.
That's not exclusive.
No.
That's not a club then.
No, it's not. I don't know what they call it then. Huh.
Does that mean it's like Reins not exclusive? It just falls. Well, no. Let me take that back. This is Florida. Rain tends to have its own attitude.
It does.
I'm a rain in your backyard, but not on your driveway.
Yes. And it's going to be sideways and blustery right here. But no,
nowhere else.
Not there.
Like your neighbor 2 houses down is like, what are you talking about? Your power's out? Why? Don't you fit the wind? It's howling. Nothing's happening here.
You're like 200 feet away. What do you mean?
I'm just looking. The
I'm
sky's sunny and ooh, how'd you get that cloud?
Mowing my lawn. It's clear.
Maybe it's the Addams family house.
Ba-da-da-dum.
I wonder, did you notice, did it actually rain on their house, or was it just cloudy and murky?
Well, it just stayed with the cloud over top of it continuously. I don't
Yeah,
recall it
I
raining.
don't know that cloud, that was just a cloud of ominous intent, but there was never any actual rain.
Made it look gloomy. I think that was the point.
I've never, in school, you study the different clouds, the cirrus, the big high altitude, kind of frosty, icy looking ones, and the cumulus clouds, the big rainy jimmies.
And everyone
What's the
forgets
gloomy
about
cloud?
everyone
I've never
forgets
heard
about the nimbus.
Unless you're the Monkey King or Goku.
Okay.
So, which cloud is the gloomy cloud? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, let's keep this journey of rain on.
Storm incoming. I guess that line. There's squall. There we go. Is that gloomy? I mean, it's sort of
Pigeon?
gloomy. Not the Final Fantasy character Squall either.
I thought you meant pigeon. Squab. Oh, that's squab.
Squabs.
My bad. Yeah, my bad. I was like, you cooking the rain now?
Whoa. You're cooking pigeons?
Shh. Let's move on.
Bacon, put them in a pie.
Hey,
No.
wrap them in bacon. Everything tastes good wrapped in bacon.
You used to live in New York, right?
I kind of grew up there. Yeah,
Did you used to have any nicknames for the pigeons? Like rats with wings?
Sky rats?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. That confirms it. I had no idea until now. But I had a clue, I
But the
guess.
sky rat's an amazing creature.
How do they taste? You didn't eat them?
No.
Not too many hunters in New York, I suppose? Or
There's
trappers?
plenty of them. There's plenty of upstate. With,
Oh, yeah. I was
all
thinking in the
entire
city,
deer hunting and other
Yeah.
things that you do upstate.
Those Finger Lakes are beautiful up there, too. And Niagara, yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, because it's north. It is cool, yes.
But
Right now, it's probably rather chilly.
did it rain a lot up there?
During rainy season.
Rainy season.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of a rainy season in Florida?
Yeah, it's flipping from...
January to January? Is that about it?
No. Meteorologically,
Uh-huh.
rainy season begins approximately April
Okay.
and should be ending about any day now. It's like October, November. The rain pretty much ceases, and then we go to dry season, where when your average cigarette smoking fool flicks one out the window into the nearest little forest stand, and half of Port St. John lights up. Yeah, that's dry
Well, let's hope
season's
that
fun.
that doesn't happen. But
That happens every
the
year.
smokers have definitely been mean enough that they'll flick it out and actually aim at your windshield.
You know,
Going right off the
is
thing.
it illegal to put like a minigun turret under your hood?
I think putting one under there is not. I mean, this is one of those states where you can have all the guns you want.
Of
But-
any caliber? Like
Oh, yeah.
I can use the where can I get depleted uranium rounds again?
Well, what caliber is depleted uranium?
Isn't that a 50?
Well, you can have 50 cals, no
Yeah,
problem.
but can I get depleted uranium rounds?
I don't know about that one. I mean, I don't know where you'd get depleted uranium. And any terrorists listening, don't actually tell us. That would
Well, I
be-
mean, wherever they've got a bunch of warthogs housed, I'm assuming that that the ammo supply would have, because warthogs fire depleted uranium rounds.
Okay. What video game is this in?
The tank killer, the warthog,
Okay.
the army little thing with the big rotational 50 caliber cannon on the front of it.
Like the A10?
Actually, yes, yeah, that thing. Yeah,
The original name Thunderbolt.
yeah. The
Okay.
warthog, yeah.
Yeah.
That thing. So the flying bathtub, yeah. They use depleted uranium rounds, so obviously there's got to be some place that manufactures them. So
Yeah,
Amazon,
there's
maybe.
plenty
You
of-
could call Jeff.
Yeah, there's
and
plenty
see.
of military specific stuff out there, like, I don't know, nukes.
Okay, that's a bit over the top now.
But, I mean, here in Florida, if you want to buy a tank, you can buy a tank. I mean, if you want to buy a giant,
An Abrams.
yeah, if you want an Abrams, good luck. I mean, I'm sure they're expensive. Did I ever tell you that when I was stationed in Maryland, that
Merlin.
they wanted to give me a tank?
Merlin.
Yeah,
Did you eat crab cakes?
they did.
Did you have scrubs?
They did.
Okay, just making sure.
Yes. The blue crab in Old Bay was delicious.
Mm,
Yeah.
let me tell you.
They ever tell you
I
up there
miss
that
those days.
on the base I was on, they wanted to give me a tank, and it came with a spare engine. It was a 16-cylinder, like 4 diesel. Yeah. And I was like, what would I do with a tank? I mean, where would I put
Why
this
did
thing?
they want to give you a tank?
Well, they wanted to get rid of it.
You mean give you a tank?
Yes.
Like legit give you a
Well,
tank?
how many times have I been given cars? And I get a
Once
friend
again, how do
giving
you
me a
get this
boat,
giving people crap? How does this work? Can I become? This is better than flipping eBay.
and the Azons giving me stuff all the time too. As long as I write a review, we know this.
I haven't had a baklava in a minute. No good new ones.
Well, the ones that I got so far I actually like. And
So
you've been-
that's what it is.
you've been wanting the ones that have like the skulls on them and stuff. And the one that I was wearing at your studio the
That
other
was
day,
a nice one. I
I
actually
didn't
like that
even
one.
know it had a skull on it till you
There's
pointed
only
it
one.
out. Well, it's little and it's at the bottom, and
Yeah, but
if you want that one, I'll give it to you. I got plenty of others.
no, because there's only one skull, and it didn't
It's
match
not
my
good
whole
enough.
entire grin thing.
Okay.
You needed a grin.
I thought it looked more like a biker's bandana than anything else,
If I wore that, I'd have to like have a 10-gallon hat and perhaps because there's the whole entire it looked like the whole ancient mask bandito thing there going.
The old Wild West.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you ever see it rain on a Wild West movie?
Round rest.
Wild West?
Round.
Ever saw it rain in the Wild West?
I think I actually did rain in parts of The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Because God, remember that was like one of those overwhelming epics, though. So.
Yeah, I mean they have to.
Yeah.
But rain actually happens in a whole lot of movies, and they usually use it for dramatic
I
effect.
mean, like Rain of Fire.
Calm down. Wrong rain. Well, I'm talking about like we'll call it a lady's favorite, for example, was The Notebook. It rains in there.
A laptop.
And okay, the movie's name is The Notebook.
It is.
I think that's the one.
Why?
And
why
then
did
it
somebody
rains
make
in there, and then I guess they kiss under the rain or whatever. But they're using the rain for the dramatic
But there
effect.
was singing in the rain at some point. I heard.
Yes, they definitely did.
And I
a lot
heard
of
they
that.
danced a little bit in
They
the
did too,
rain while they
spinning
were
the
singing.
umbrellas and
Yeah, that whole entire thing.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Kermit the Frog sang about it.
Cape Fear, there was a lot of rain in Cape Fear.
And then there were
Holy
rainbows
crap.
after the rain.
But why are there so many songs about that though?
Well, you ask Kermit the Frog.
And what's on the other side?
Yeah. Well, the rain.
I hear it creates visions, but only illusions. But those rainbows, they don't have anything to hide. Well, at least so I've been told. Some choose to believe it. But I know they're wrong. Wait and see.
Are you done? All right. You're gonna have that song stuck in my head all day. You know that, right? You probably Yeah. If you got that song stuck in your head now, go ahead and send us a comment. Yeah, me too. NotRobotsQuestions@gmail.com. Thanks.
Someday we'll find it though.
Yes, the rainbow behind it.
Connection. Those lovers, those dreamers in me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. A radiating rainbow.
No,
Oh, that one too. Remember that?
No,
Butterflies
no,
in the sky.
No.
Then go twice as high.
No.
Take a look.
Wrong high.
It's in a book.
Is it?
It was. A reading rainbow.
How'd they get a rainbow in a book? Was it one of those pop-up books?
Probably. I guess.
Hey, can rain come out of a pop-up book? Because that's pop up, and rain kind of comes down.
I suppose if it pops high enough, goes past you and then over you,
Then wouldn't that be confetti?
it would be a bow of rain.
You win that round,
terrible.
okay?
Finally, I have to mark that one in the calendar. Today, I outquipped the Harry.
Won't last
Extra
long.
mohas at the end.
Won't last long.
No. But I mean, that'll be in the calendar, though.
I know.
Yeah, I gotta write that one down. I'm gonna use the magnets on your fridge and spell out, haha, got you today. And then tomorrow you're gonna be like, whoa, push them all off. Not today, Pete. I got you this time.
Not today, Reaper.
So
I mean,
you got 364 and the rest of them.
Gotta lose one every now and then to keep me sharp.
All right, so rain,
Uh-huh.
we know it's really important.
Is it?
It does. The April showers help bring
those
Mayflowers.
Mayflower. Yeah, because you know what Mayflowers bring.
Well, it's not the Pinta and the
Pilgrims.
Santa Maria.
And then you know what pilgrims bring. Let's just go.
I was waiting.
Let's just go.
All right. Well, we know that the rain helps crops, and then like a lot of farmers out there.
It helps the crops?
It crops. CROPS.
Oh, it helps crops.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I hear a lot about people and crops.
Yes.
And
Well,
trying to help those crops.
well, they gotta grow big
Yeah.
and tall.
I hear they have houses for that now.
Well, special lighting too.
I hear that's what I hear.
Yeah.
So we don't even need the rain anymore, do we?
Well, I suppose there's plenty of artificial answers for that one. That mist perfectly amounts so the
With nutrients in it and everything.
well then I mean you can go all the way to hydroponics. That's
There we
crazy.
go. So we could have like a tank full of carp and water circulating through.
What kind of
and,
tank?
Hopefully an Abrams.
Okay, you have an Abrams tank filled with carp.
Yes,
That sounds fishy.
very much so. And
How do you
leave
dry
it out in
them
the
filled with
sun?
fish?
It's very fishy.
Well, just open it up and let the rain wash it out.
Abrams fish stew. That sounds appetizing. Not.
No.
I don't care. There's not enough old pay in the world to fix
carp.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You could use tilapia.
Well, carp is like one step above like sail cat.
Okay, you use
Yeah.
tilapia. I
Yeah,
heard people
tilapia's
do it
good.
with scrimps.
What, fill their Abrams tanks with shrimp?
Yeah, with scrimps.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Then you throw some like tomatoes in there and some seasonings and you have scrimps and cocktail sauce.
Well, that's the other thing I was going to go on is that you can take the rainwater
Mm-hmm.
and you can drink it, you can cook with it and stuff
Okay.
like that. Except in some scenarios.
I was about to say, where do you live?
We
Because
have-
I am not drinking that rainwater unless I reverse osmosis that thing and get whatever chemicals fell out of the sky with that.
Right. Well, those
Thank you.
chemicals that were up there with the clouds bumping around and coming down with the rain,
Mm-hmm.
we call it acid rain.
Well, only if it depends. Because remember, it's only acid rain if you live in an environment that it was acid rain was usually in steel mills and coal towns because the byproduct created that environment. Acid rain didn't occur everywhere.
So So you're saying that here we have never had the acid rain?
I don't think we had acid rain here.
Huh.
But, you know, we've got enough other things floating in our atmosphere that we're not sure of.
Yeah,
Because
we've
of
been
launching.
punching holes in it.
Yeah.
You got Swiss cheese above us.
Yeah, definitely do. You know, I do wonder that if during launch time, when one of the rockets reaches escape velocity, you always worry about that whole entire, you know, Australia holding the ozone layer. Oh my God, the UV's horrible. People are burning left and right. Do we temporarily punch a hole? That's it.
Does it heal itself? Does it fill in over
That's
time?
the question.
Does that ozone stationary?
Or is it moving?
Is it
And so we're like,
geostationary?
we're punching little holes in there that are self-healing because it's like moving, and as it moves, or is it geostationary and we're slowly eroding the snot out of it until Florida becomes like the ants under the magnifying glass? Wait, that was last summer and this summer.
Well, boy, you think that after the murder hornets we're having killer ants? Or what's-
Giant killer ants that.
Zombie ants.
Oh,
Zombie
do you
ants.
remember the zombie ants?
Yeah.
Whatever happened to them?
I guess they died for real.
Wow.
I totally forgot about the zombie
The
ants.
zombie ants were awesome because
Like-
nothing could kill them.
Look at all the stuff that we've lived through, guys, like Zika and swine flu and so on and so. I forgot about.
Isn't that a sauce? Zika sauce.
It's Zika.
Oh, my bad.
Zika was the one that.
Oh,
came from mosquitoes.
the microcephaly thing. Yeah.
Yeah, not the West Nile, but
No,
the
no,
other
no, no.
mosquito.
Yeah,
one.
the Eastern Nile one.
And not the encephalitis one.
No. That was microcephaly, not encephalitis. No,
Right.
Completely different thing. Completely different thing.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We're due for another
Plague?
mosquito-borne
Plague?
plague. Yeah.
Plague? Yeah. Because we haven't had the frogs yet.
No, but we need one. We need another mosquito-borne one first.
No.
Ew.
Why?
It's been a while.
Can we
Zika
get
was
some-
the last one.
Can we get some frogs this time?
Wait, was Zika the last one, or was West Nile the last one?
No, Zika was.
Zika was the last
Zika
one.
was after West
It was
Nile.
West Nile before that.
Oh no,
before that was the
Didn't
encephalitis.
West Nile make a recurrence?
Oh, West Nile was twice.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
That's all
Well,
rain-borne
swine flu
because
was,
see,
what,
this is
3
one of your
times?
negatives to rain right there.
Yeah.
Because rain, standing bodies of water, mosquito larvae, large mosquito populations,
Yeah.
the
Thankfully,
plague.
We have a bunch of mosquitoes here, and they're pretty big.
We have a bunch of the way he said that is like, you know, we got like 15 or 20 mosquitoes, but they're the size of pterodactyl.
It is the state bird. But I mean, look at
What's
some
that
other
sound?
stuff.
Is that a Huey? No, that's a mosquito.
Is it raining? No, no. The sun just went down. It's the mosquitoes.
Ow! Ow!
After a while, you just stop swatting.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, as long as you don't get in my ears, eyes, or mouth, we're okay.
Oh, there he goes back. He's got this obsession with bugs trying to fly in his face. I don't understand.
I had a bug in my ear in the middle of the night. I'm walking at night, and it was a bug
Who are you listening to?
in my ear. No, a physical, actual bug. Like a nighttime bug.
electronics.
No.
No?
There wasn't. I got a bug in my ear because I was listening to
It's better than having a bug. Oh, it's
some
not.
80s boy band or something weird. You know. But, no, so I went and I saw this nurse pull it out, and the whole time, like, it's freaking out my ear. It's like shaking, like my eyes do that. You know, like, imagine something vibrating like an electric razor up next to your head. You know? Or an electric toothbrush. Put that up against the side of your head when it's on and it's vibrating, and it make your eyes kind of shake.
How big was this bug?
Only, I don't know. It was in my ear.
Did you have a palmetto bug in your head?
No, my ear canal is not big enough for those massive creatures. I mean, if I had one of them in there, I probably would have died. Man, that's... If you've ever seen a palmetto bug, just imagine a cockroach.
The size of Pete.
It's definitely a hulked out version.
It's got shoulders the size of Tonka truck tires.
Just stick out your thumb, all right? Imagine
What happens if you have
you
small
make a
thumbs?
roach the size of a man's thumb.
What happens if you have small thumbs, though? I mean, everybody doesn't have thumbs like yours, Knuckle Drag. I mean, Pete.
Well, my thumbs aren't special. Knuckles.
I mean, because, that Neanderthal thing you got there, that thumb the size of,
Well, hold out your thumb.
My thumb's normal. Look at that
Your-
tiny thumb. I have
Oh,
a
that's
tiny thumb.
Pretty big thumb too.
It is not.
It is.
I've got a tiny thumb.
You got a decent sized thumb.
Whatever.
Anyways, hold out your thumb and imagine, if you will, that that's the size of these roaches that have like stripes on it and stuff. And that's a palmetto bug, and they're terrible. And oh yeah, by the way, they can fly.
But they sound really interesting when they fly and land on the wall because it makes that thwacking sound.
I think the scariest part is the noise the women make when they fly around.
Oh, that loud pitched squeal?
Yeah.
Get
this! Kill it!
I've
Burn down the house! Or
I've
whatever
heard
it is.
some men make that sound too.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's not limited
true.
to women. But that bug is a little. They made what was that movie they made in the 80s, Bug, with the African hissing cockroach that was some sort of mutated African hissing cockroach that their abdomens lit up like fireflies, except it was like real fire, and they would combust things.
That sounds terrifying.
It was a stupid movie. Because the African hissing cockroach is all it does is meander. It's boring.
Okay, well,
But you have a few hundred of them, and you film it because they didn't have CGI, so you couldn't like use two and replicate the snot out of them and make them act like they were smart. So it was just like a bunch of African hissing cockroaches.
Okay, they sound terrifying.
No, they're kind of cool though.
The rain
I
is
hear
really
they're tasty.
the rain is really important to these palmetto bugs in Florida because they will always try to go for the dry spot, which is a house.
Mm-hmm.
So when it rains heavily, that's when you're likely to see one inside of a house or a building or even at work. They're not like roaches, where roaches, the deal is you see one, it's Florida, just kill it and move on. Like zombies, same idea. But you see two, it's an infestation, spray your house. Like zombies.
Zombies can't breed. If you see two zombies, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but
zombies can only chew.
Right, but if there's two and you see them in front of you, they've already bitten several others, probably.
You don't know that.
It's
What happens
just
if
one.
they
He
just
might be
meandered into your town
zero.
for the first time? They're like, maybe they were zombie recon.
Well, the one official zombie that we've ever had in the world was Miami, right?
Oh, I need more to drink.
We had one official real zombie, and it was in Miami. Of course, it was Florida. Oh yeah, I know. Hey haw, Florida man. But it was one. But you get one zombie, you squish it, and you move on. You're good to go, right? And they didn't have any more Miami zombies. But if they had two, it would be an infestation.
Can we pause?
Time out?
Can we pause?
Well, I was getting to the whole wrap into the rain with the palmetto.
Hold on, no, I need one pause. Right?
Okay.
What size boot do you use to squish a zombie?
Well, did it fall down yet?
I don't know. But you're squishing it somehow. I'm trying to understand what size boot you use to squish a zombie.
Well, for me, it depends on which brand. I mean, remember?
Time in. Forget it. I'm done here.
Well, it's 12 and a half or 13 if it's Bates, just so you know.
Okay.
All right. So, these palmetto bugs, we get to it, right? These things, they're like giant roaches.
Time out again. Does it need to be like a Merrill with a Vibram sole to squish a zombie? I mean, one big ass Merrill.
No, you don't even need like steel toes.
Really?
Yeah.
You sure?
Sure.
Okay.
Decent
Because
trap.
you know this because you stepped on a bunch of zombies and you're like, all right, time in. Go ahead.
I just imagine it.
Go ahead.
Squishing zombies.
No, go ahead.
But you never thought about squishing a zombie?
Why would I think about squishing something that doesn't even exist?
No, that's true. All right, but these palmetto bugs, right?
Oh, I'd like to squish them.
Yeah. Well, when you do, it's gross too. 'Cause, man, they make that weird crunch noise too when you step on them. But at the same time, they also have like this, I don't know what kind of sack or something that kind of, oh, it's gross. Like black crap. You got to clean up. You can't even sweep them. Oh, it's terrible. But the rain, when it's real heavy rain, sometimes you'll see them, and you don't usually see like 2 or 3 or 4 or anything like that. It's ones. You see one, and then you kill it, you move on, or it's already dead, and you sweep it up and you sweep it outside, or you throw it in your trash can, or you flush it down the toilet, or whatever it is you're doing, whatever way. If any other fellow Floridians or listen to this, let us know how you deal with your palmetto bugs. I mean, like once a month or so, I see one, and then, it's usually it's dead, and if it's not dead, it's on its way out.
I need my
What? What? There's like a palmetto bug version of arachnophobia? That sounds horrible.
No.
That sounds scarier than arachnophobia.
I need to find a movie.
So, years ago,
there was this
speaking of
cool
bug.
thing in this movie called Mr. Bone Stripper. And
Is that like at the strip club?
no.
Oh.
And see, that's how I get rid of my palmetto bugs. I come up with
The
this
strip club?
really cool device that you drop the palmetto bug in, and it essentially is a palmetto bug shredder. And it spits like the bits out into your backyard to fertilize your lawn.
I'd be worried that it's windy and they blow back into my mouth. Ugh.
That's what the plastic shield is for.
Oh, so like what nurses wear now. And what they put in between you and the cash register.
Yeah, like that.
It's supposed to stop, rabies and all that other stuff.
But the cool thing is, if you ash it and you like arm mount it, so you kind of have like the blast shield here and just drop.
So if you're carrying a plastic blast shield,
With
You can
the
stop-
palmetto bug launcher
you can stop the palmetto bug shred pieces.
from blowing back at you, obviously,
That-
because there's
Sounds way too complicated because now you got to pick up the palmetto bug to put in there.
How do you think you got in there? Oh no, vacuum. So this creates a vacuum force, and then bug. Yes, like
No.
spray paint. Yes.
No.
Why not?
That's gross.
Yes.
How do you clean the thing?
Vengeance. You don't want it clean. You want every palmetto bug for miles to know this is how they're going out.
And then it jams up after, because they're juicy sometimes.
Stainless steel blades, man.
Okay.
Nice and sharp.
No.
Yeah.
Gross.
Good times, man.
No.
Good times.
No.
Yeah.
I don't even want to think about that.
Fine.
All right.
No fun today.
Anyway, so the rain, when it's real heavy rain like this, that's
I prefer
usually
rain
when you
over
end up
Bang,
seeing one.
Because, I don't think Bang's flavors are...
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
REIN, man. We've covered this.
Okay. So when it rains like this, they don't like to swim. Gotcha.
Yeah.
And then they
Yeah.
flee for higher ground.
Or drier ground.
Because in Florida higher ground, because, Florida, we're below sea level most places anyway. So,
Yeah. Which is weird. How come we never flood? Where does the rain go? Does it go
Apparently,
further
because of
down below sea
the
level?
porous nature of the Floridian Peninsula, it just kind of...
Falls into the wiffle cone?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Okay. Well,
That's why we have such great springs, because it's essentially a natural filter for the water.
you know what? That's a good point.
Yeah.
Because
Isn't it all limestone or
bodies
something?
of water, and they're usually where the rain is pulled from.
Well,
So I guess
evaporation.
here, do you think that
Are we going
a
to talk
rain
the
cloud-
process of rain creation? Huh?
No.
Huh? Okay.
no, everybody knows that? They learned it in school. I hope. Yeah. All right. So if they get the water from, you're only saying that because you're like, I want to say, 80% done with your beer? Don't cry. I know, there's not another one of those. So
It's raining
Is it-
here.
Cryable. Rain and tears. Tears of joy. No, that's
Let me pontificate. Go ahead.
Pontificate what?
No, go ahead. Just take all my joy.
Yoink. All right,
Take
joy's
all-
over here.
Take all my joy.
So when we get rain that's over
Even
a
the almond
spring.
ones.
So we get rain that's over a spring. Does that mean that it's clean as spring water?
No, it bounces back.
What bounces back?
The rain.
The rain bounces back?
Yeah,
What do you mean it bounces?
because it's over spring.
Going. Oh.
Told you you'd pay for that one.
Yes.
No, because you don't know where the source of the cloud was, right? Because, the upper atmospheric winds, the cloud that's bringing that rain could have come from pretty much, all right, so we usually have east to west sea breezes and west to east sea breezes, all depending on what collides and moisture levels. So if it's a west to east, it's going to come off the Gulf, but theoretically that could have come out of Texas, Louisiana, kept going across the Gulf, so we don't know.
Well, yeah, that's a good point because they have monsoon season in the desert areas like Arizona and Nevada.
Oh, speaking of which, do you remember when we had the sand issue?
Oh, you mean the Saharan sand
Yes.
that everybody was
So,
complaining
if
about, but I
that
didn't see
sand,
it?
well, yeah, you did. You
I
just didn't
didn't.
notice it. It was mild. It just created a mild haze in the sky against the sun. It just looked like
Well,
it was like really cloudy-ish kind
The
of.
guys I know with some sailboats, they said anywhere they're like white sails and stuff, they actually had stuff where they could see it.
Yeah, yeah.
You
The
know, any sort of
contrast.
moisture. Because, you know, in the morning, we had the dew here, the humidity
No,
goes like to
evening.
100,000%, so you're breathing the water.
No, the evening you could really tell because it made the sunsets really kind of pastel. It really muted them.
Well, they said that on their sails, you could end up seeing like
Yeah.
the brown and stuff. You could have run your finger over the sails, like white sails, for example, and you'd be like, oh, there's
they
brown
have
on
to
there.
be- yeah, okay.
Because they don't get
So
hot,
I was
guess?
saying that if you could get sand all the way here from, the Sahara, where's your rain coming from? I mean, theoretically, you don't know the source of your clouds.
That's a good point. I mean, we could be getting rain from their rainy season. Do they have a rainy season in Sahara? I'm gonna have to go with no because that's the driest spot in the world.
I think it does rain, but like very little and like once.
It's like 3 inches a year or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you look at that rain, you don't know where that rain came from because that could have been, the Pacific monsoon rain that
following
was
the
left
trade
of
winds.
it.
Exactly.
It could have come from Australia.
Theoretically, yes.
Yeah,
So
I mean-
all
Depending on which way the wind blows.
We'll
it's
ask the
supposed to
rain
be
next
cloud.
time. And you say, "Hey,
You're-
rain, where you from?" It goes, "Good eye, mate." You know,
Gonna
then hey,
speak to the rain.
Australian rain.
You're only gonna speak the Australian rain.
Well, I'm just saying. And
What happens if the rain has a Scottish accent?
then it could possibly be faking it. You never know. It could be faking the accent like we are. You know, that rain could be playing tricks on you.
Trick rain.
Yes, rain tricks.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's like
Tricky.
It's the stunting rain. It's the Fast and Furious rain.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Hellcat rain.
Oh, like dual Hellcat rain. So then it's dragging around its cloud behind them.
Oh yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen that Fast and the Furious, I highly recommend seeing it. Which one is that?
I had never seen
6?
any of them.
6 Fast, 6
I
Furious.
don't.
Fast 6,
I'm
Furious
not,
6.
I'm not fast or furious, dude. I'm old and
You're not.
crotchety.
You're not fast and or furious.
Is there old and crotchety? Is there one of those?
There's a too old, too crotchety.
Is there,
Crotchety.
can we see that?
No.
I've not seen that. I don't see that. I'm representing for my people.
I think that's called Grumpy Old Men. That was a good movie.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
So, yeah. And then there was a Grumpier Old Men. Do you remember watching that one?
I didn't see Grumpier.
Yep, nobody did.
Because, I mean, they did try to ride that gravy train one time too many, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Like, yeah. It's too many times and they go, okay, that was a great try, let's do another one. Choo-choo! Like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Fantastic movie, right? Then you got Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, and you're going, yeah, I forgot about that one.
I thought Bogus Journey was okay.
Yeah, I thought it was okay.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. But, yeah, like them going back in time and stuff like that with the first one was cool.
That's Back to the Future, dude.
No, I mean, Bill
Back
and Ted, they
in
do that.
time.
The phone booth.
Gotta go back in time.
Not the TARDIS.
No. Once again, let's not bring up the only example of proper time travel
Yes.
in the history of mankind. I'm talking Back to the Future with the DeLorean.
You're still talking about, like, with the TARDIS going, oh, that's powered by a small sun. A very tiny
Do you
sun.
know how much
Are you
power
serious?
it would take to run the calculations of not only we have to go back to this date, we've got to reverse the progress of this entire arm of the Milky Way galaxy and the planet's rotation, or whatever planet you're choosing. That planet's rotation around its star, its soul, and figure all that crap out so that we don't end up in magma. Think about that.
Okay. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to get out that trusty, rusty book of astronomy and go, in these 400 billion-ish star systems, how many of them have a sun that's small enough they can shove it in a phone booth?
It's not a flipping phone booth.
Okay, it says call box on it.
It's
What's inside? Is that Superman changing his clothes? Pardon me, occupied.
it's bigger on the inside.
That's what she said. Wait, no, we did that episode a while ago.
Oh god. The TARDIS is you could get lost in the TARDIS. The TARDIS is immense.
Was there a hatch and a special code they had to type in? Lost?
No, there wasn't a hatch and special code. I mean, I think the doctor didn't because you just can't get into the TARDIS on your own. You have to have a key.
Okay.
Only the doctor can give you a key.
Okay.
So unless you're a friend of the doctor's, how do you get a key? You know?
I don't know. I don't watch Doctor Who.
Yeah, you've lost an entirely incredible.
I have tried, man.
Well
I've tried.
written. I mean, when they rebooted it and brought it up to modern times and started out with Christopher Eccleston as the Doctor, who was, and you've got to understand, each incarnation of the Doctor shows more of a different aspect of his personality. So each incarnation is a little bit different. The Eccleston incarnation was a maniac. He was good in a really psychotically bad kind of way.
Okay.
You got writing, cerebral, you get complex. Forget it.
Okay.
Lost, but that's why I'm trying to drag a knuckle dragger into like cerebral conversations. This is what happens. This is what happens.
Okay.
So Rain, yeah, go back. Come on. Reboot.
Let's
Reboot.
get back on topic. Don't hurt your hand. Hit my shoulder there, man.
I think I sprained my wrist.
You might.
Ow.
I remember my wife would go up and try to slap me in the butt, right? And then, ow! That's what she says, not me. I'm like, what'd you do?
Apparently, ladies and gentlemen, Pete's announcing that his ass is hard. Let's move on. I
Buns of
know,
steel.
Lisa, last time I actually was able to stay on topic. This one's a complete and utter train wreck. I mean, there are cars everywhere.
There's no topic. It's about
It's
the
raining.
It's raining. It's coming down. It's pouring.
No, it's
you know,
not
it's just
raining
kind of
right
bouncing
now.
all over the place. It's not raining now.
No, it's not raining.
You sure?
I don't.
Still sounds like it is.
Okay, maybe drizzling.
Yeah, it's raining.
But it's not like pouring.
Boy, it was really
Last
coming
night.
down earlier.
Oh, last night.
No.
Last night it was throwing down. It was awesome. Great
Come on,
sleeping rain.
I didn't get any rain last night. That's one of those things in Florida. You know how it is. But my wife got home with groceries today.
Wait.
What?
You didn't get any rain last night?
No.
At all?
No.
Dude, it lit up. I mean, light show, drops the size of small
no.
DeLorean.
I heard the thunder. I saw the lightning.
Oh, it was, literally, I could have sailed a kayak down the street.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
I could have gone fishing.
Learn how to sail a kayak. You gotta teach me that one.
Well, with the little sail on it.
Tiny little sail?
Yeah.
Like no keel? I don't know how that's gonna work for you. You're really gonna use your weight?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Pour it up. Alright.
A small one-person sailboat, really like the Triumph TR6 sailboat.
That had 2 seats.
They weren't that far apart. I mean, you could reach over and open and close the other door.
Yeah, you could do that in the VW Bug and the Super Bug. And it had 5 seats?
Without
4
trying.
seats.
Without trying. Without trying. Literally without trying.
Yeah.
You could clean the side mirror from the driver's seat.
The TR6 was small. The TR3 was really small.
I don't think I've
Look
ever
at
seen
that.
a 3.
The TR3 was the one that was really small. And you could rest your right, was it in England? No, it was in the US. You could rest your right hand on the door sill while driving. Using your left. But it was a manual, of course, so you'd need your hand anyways, but.
Okay, so it was a TR3 with a sail. Okay, so
Okay.
down the street it was raining so
It
hard.
was raining that hard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because remember, that whole entire hurricane we got, I got nothing. I mean, I got like a sprinkle and in sun.
You did have a palm frond fall down.
Did I actually have a phone?
I did.
Yes, that's right. You picked it up.
Yeah, I helped you rebuild after that mess.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
it was horrible, nightmarish even. I'm still. I got. I think I'm still. Don't mention it. Don't mention it.
Traumatized.
Yes, heavily that one palm frond.
You start having palm frond flashbacks. And,
Oh, you have no idea.
yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, it's a palm frond.
Every time I see a tree,
It's not like I'm
every time I see
getting
a
shot at
palm
in
tree,
Iraq or something here. It's a
like,
palm frond.
oh my God, it's a palm frond.
Do you really?
No, not really.
Okay,
It
good.
sounded good, didn't it?
No.
I was just, ouch, ouch. Oh, there's a knife in my ribs. Ah, good. Thanks, Pete.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
You do like a good blade.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
All right.
So rain, yeah. It's raining now. It rained yesterday,
It did, I guess.
but at least where I was.
Well,
And we had a good light show like today's.
well, sometimes when it rains, like I said, really, really hard, you'll end up with like a palmetto. And I use a spray poison stuff that I don't know if you call it a poison or not. It doesn't really poison. It basically clogs their gills.
It's an insecticide.
Insecticide, we'll call it that, yeah.
Yeah.
And then, so if I get a palmetto anywhere in my place, then and it's made it like 2 feet from the door, and that's it. It's upside down. You know, it works pretty good. But usually I'll see that the morning after, like if it rains really, really hard all night.
So its value is much less than its loan amount.
What?
It's upside down.
Oh, yeah, it's not in the red.
Yeah.
No, it would be in the red.
Right, it would be, yeah, not in the black.
Yep.
That's why it's called the black market, right? Yeah.
No.
Everything's profitable. Everything the market, everything in the market's profitable.
Is that why they call it the black market?
That's what I was once told by someone. Yeah.
Huh.
Black market, because it's all profitable.
All stolen stuff is
Well, it's not
profitable?
necessarily stolen. It could be rare and hard to find.
Well,
therefore, its value
illegal or illicit. It's covered in
rare
the
and hard to find, and its value would be greater because
Well, it's not something you're going to go on the Antiques Roadshow with, obviously. That's not what you're going to take to the black market.
maybe.
Okay. Well, that chair really creaks.
Love this chair.
Yeah, that's an upgrade. You know, we got 3 chairs now, so we need a guest.
Jeremy.
Or somebody else local would probably work out pretty good.
That would be Jeremy.
Oh, Jeremy guy, he's local, huh?
Yeah, Jeremy's local. In fact, I theoretically, during the day, I'm within 100 yards of Jeremy for hours.
When you're doing the exercise or when you're doing
the
the cleanup?
Yeah, the cleanup one.
Oh, okay.
But I'm a cleaner.
Oh. Okay.
He's there helping people see. And I'm trying to help him not.
So you're the guy at the end of the Hanna-Barbera cartoon that has the broom?
Yeah, that's me.
That's you? That's your job?
Yeah.
That's cool.
After the elephants go through and all that stuff, yeah, that's me.
Oh.
Train.
I don't know if they can hear that on the microphones or not.
I don't know either.
Wow, that's a loud train horn.
They have
I wonder
to
if
be so they can
do you think
alert
sound travels
better
further
in the rain?
in the rain?
No.
Well, sound travels like forever when you're on the water, like in the ocean. It's because there's nothing in the way.
But when it's raining, there's something in the way.
That's right, there's lots of something in the way.
Exactly.
So you think it actually, man, how loud is that train horn then if you hear it like this in that kind of rain? Wow.
Gotta be able to alert, because I mean, we've had enough car train accidents that they, in fact, I saw them putting in a new, some sort of new system lately. Because the track guys were really, were out there a lot lately. So I don't know if they've improved the gate system or something, but.
Do you think the rain affects the train? Like the
Well,
conductor
metal on metal, and then water. Is there a hydroplaning? The sheer mass of the train, probably not.
Well,
But
it's also narrow too, and it's not flat either.
it would still lower the friction coefficient. So if they had to try to stop suddenly, that would not be a cool thing.
Well, metal on metal like that, you can't really stop suddenly on a train anyways.
Yeah, but I mean that would make it even worse.
Do you think that they would have to slow down because of the rain?
Now that's an interesting question. I mean, theoretically, you've got this mass traveling along these rails on these wheels, which are just another mass. So you've just created,
Steel on steel.
yeah, a
Yeah.
bond of just pure weight and momentum.
And it's narrow too, with that much
Outside of-
weight. So pounds per square inch, you should push out anything.
Outside of reduction in visibility, if you're concerned about that.
Well, you don't really have to worry too much about that. I suppose the conductor would have to watch, the same
Well,
thing you'd have to
wouldn't you
anyway.
be concerned? Because I mean, if you're traveling through a populated area versus
I
if
wouldn't.
you're traveling through the countryside.
Well, shouldn't you assume that by now all the trains are most likely digitally controlled?
Yeah, but are you trying to say that the trains now have lidar like the Teslas, and say, oh wait, there's some fool who did not notice the gates are down, is trying to cross the tracks within stopping range, so we need to initiate braking automatically? I don't think that's happening.
No, I don't think so. In that case, I think that they're, as far as like times and the speed they go and stuff like that, I think is probably all controlled remotely now.
I'm not sure that. Well, more than likely, as far as the signals are concerned, but I
I mean,
don't
if
really
it was,
think
it would be horribly inefficient, wouldn't it?
it is. Because I mean, have you noticed a regular schedule? They're
No.
kind of random.
I mean, yes and no. Like when I'm trying to go to work, if I get there a little early, I'll hit the 5:20 every morning.
But there isn't a 5:20 every morning.
Yeah, I know. It's always early.
Is it? Is that why?
Yeah.
Because I mean, sometimes there is. It's like random.
Well, if
it's
I'm
almost
running
a
a
roll
little
of the
later,
dice.
if I'm running a little later, it'll be a 5:40. So that train is like, oh.
So you and the train are in sync, is what you're saying.
Sure,
Sure.
I guess.
You're the train magnet. You're the train whisperer.
Train whisperer. Yeah.
It's all loud with its horn, and you're like, shh, shh, train, shh.
Yes.
Let us just get to our destination.
No more train whistle. It's back to choo choo. Choo choo.
Charleston.
No.
Those things were horrible for your teeth. Oh my God.
Yeah, Charleston chew. Woo!
Man, ripped fillings, loose teeth. It was almost as bad as Laffy Taffy.
Take a lip if you got that out of the way.
I think that stuff was the blob contained. Man.
What do trains run on now? Are they steam? They're not steam anymore, so rain wouldn't do any good for them. Probably hydroelectric?
No, they're diesel.
Or are they diesel?
I believe they're diesel.
Huh.
I mean, Elon's building a electric one, but you know.
What about like the new high-speed rail? Ooh, is that going to be affected by the rain too?
Interesting question.
That
we
is a
would
heck of a
actually, well, the people who own the fastest high-speed rail systems on the planet right now are still the French. So we would actually have to research what they do during rainstorms in the TGV.
Well, they get plenty of rain in France. I mean, they're close enough to England, the land of always raining.
It's not always raining. I've been to England many a time. There was not a drop of
Oh
rain.
my goodness.
It was sunny
Yeah, for how many minutes did it stay sunny?
all day.
Mostly?
Yes, no, it was completely like apocalyptically sunburned sunny.
Really?
Yes.
How long? I've never even heard of it staying sunny for longer than 3 days.
I don't know if it was longer than 3 days, but I was there for 2. I was on the ground for 2, and it
Okay.
was sunny both days.
All right, so somehow you landed in some sort of weird vortex of nothingness, and it wasn't raining for you in England. Anyways, it usually rains there like every single day. And we know France is close enough to England, they probably are getting quite a bit of rain as well.
Yeah,
And so
so
we
they've
should-
got the vineyards and
should
stuff. I'm
ask.
assuming that that's helping to feed the grapes and stuff.
Sure. I mean, Italy has the same deal, and they have just about really similar weather to us. I mean, it is a peninsula.
But they take their train systems very differently.
Little colder than us, especially in the northern side. Ooh, it gets cold in Italy.
So the TGV is transportation there state run, right?
Sure. I mean, yeah. Honestly, is this high-speed railway again? That's going to be state-run too,
It
isn't
is.
it?
So every night they walk every mile of that track.
So they do a full, like, in the military, we walk the entire length of a runway and taxiways. That's called a FOD walkdown. FOD, foreign object debris.
Well, they're not looking for foreign objects. They're looking for any defects in the tracks because high-speed rail, you need high-quality track.
Do you
So
think
it's a-
that we'll be doing the same thing? Or we're going to have something
No, we
that
don't.
runs over top
We
of the
don't.
track
We
to
don't.
check it out?
We don't care about that. Which is why I remember when we put that high-speed rail in from New York to DC and it had all those problems. They were European built. They were European built trains that were designed to run to a spec that we don't run on our freight rails.
Mhm.
So the sheer vibration of the train running on those rails broke them down all the time.
Oh, yeah.
But the TGV system, I can't remember, I used to know the number of workers, but every night, with all the equipment needed to replace any amount of track that they found defective, they walked it every night to make sure that it was all to spec so they could run that train at optimum speed every day.
Huh. That's not going to happen here.
Well, but this is America, and everybody, the dog has a car, the cat has a car. There, the rail system is the life's blood of the nation. How people get from point A to point B largely.
Yeah.
So it's got to be efficient and well maintained. Here, our trains are like, oh, it's quaint. Let's take a train.
Well, even
Ow, ow.
hurt your finger.
Ow.
Even in my household, I got a rule of having at least one more car than number of drivers.
Just in case one breaks down.
Well, shortly I'm gonna have to buy another car. So
Don't get a license.
why not?
I don't think the world's ready for that.
Maybe.
She doesn't listen to this, does she?
Not sometimes, yeah.
Oh crap! Hey Merida, how are you? Just kidding.
She's probably sharpening the broadheads in her arrow tips right now. I'm gonna get that Harry. Yeah.
She misses me and she knows it.
I'm sure. I'm sure she misses your boy too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At
They
least
get
they can
along
still
well.
communicate. Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They're good friends.
I don't know how this rain though. When it's raining heavy like this, I mean, and we don't have the specs on the railway system for that high speed rail. I mean, I'm gonna tell you this: I'm not gonna ride it. I mean, not until the thing's definitely proven.
Are we putting high-speed rail in here?
We are.
When?
They're working on it now.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
From where to where?
Orlando to I think Cocoa, and then there's a turn for those buses that are going out to Cape Canaveral for the cruise ships. Yeah, and then I think it's turning at that point and heading south either to Melbourne or Palm Bay, and then that's just the return trip. The Orlando, I think it might even go out to like Ybor and Tampa.
Trying to understand.
I don't know where they're stopping at, but the Orlando airport is where it's supposed to be the main.
We're putting in high-speed rail for a drive that I've done in 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it takes about 20 minutes to go from the Orlando airport to, I guess, Titusville or Cocoa. I mean, it's same distance.
I find that a complete waste of money.
Oh, indeed. But you know
you
what?
agree with me? Okay.
You know who's going to pay for it?
We are?
The tourists.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, yeah.
And if they go, hey, they got a new high-speed rail,
Honey,
we're going to take the high-speed rail.
they've got one of those fancy high-speed rail systems.
Just like they do in Europe. Yay.
You know what? We won't even rent a car.
There you go.
We'll just get out the airport and we'll get on the high-speed rail and it'll take us to our cruise ship.
Well, they're banking on tourists being dumb. That's why they changed the name of the B line to the Beach Line.
But what tourists? Because we're all deathly afraid of dying. I wonder if Reins spreads COVID.
Let's ask the flu. Think influenza, swine flu, bird flu, swine flu 2, swine flu 3, Zika, West Nile.
So
Ask any of them.
we're not going to go through the steps of the
West
whole
Nile
entire
too, we forgot
rain
about that.
creation process.
Yeah.
So, but if I'm standing near a body of water and I cough and I've got COVID.
Well, it's water droplets is the whole.
Yeah. So I
transmission
cough
there.
and now the water has COVID because I've coughed.
Well, if the rain's falling down.
No, hold on. Now this evaporates and it goes up into a cloud.
Mm-hmm.
So now my COVID is airborne in a cloud. And then particulates, temperature changes, altitude climbs of the cloud, and it starts to rain. Is it raining COVID?
Well, I don't think it holds I don't think it stays alive past some temperature thing. Just like any other virus. That's why, like, the flu season goes away when it's hot. You know what I mean?
But it's cold up there, so if it likes cold, then it's happy. So now I've got a cloud of COVID.
But it only evaporates when it's hot.
But is it the appropriate temperature? Because you can get evaporation in the winter. Remember,
Sure.
evaporation is not limited to heat. Wind causes evaporation too.
Yeah, that's true.
So now I've got a COVID cloud.
Enough.
I was just asking. I was just posing a scenario. If anybody out there can answer my question,
Yeah.
please respond to.
Send us an email at notrobotsquestions@gmail.com, or you can send us that voicemail. I'm not sure the voicemail thing actually works. But, I mean, go to anchor.fm/not-robots, and you click the little message thing, and I know that'll go to an email.
If you leave a voice message, make sure you're wearing a mask. That way you don't send us a virus to the computer.
Yeah, digital virus.
Yeah,
It's
'cause
important.
then we're in trouble. 'Cause I don't. Do you think a mask will stop that?
No, I just spray my computer with Thyrocide all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it works pretty good.
You have to give me some of that.
I don't know. The screen it doesn't show very well anymore. It's kind of like melty, but the keyboard, it's not as sticky anymore.
Interesting.
Yeah, at first the plastic was like, oh, that's not cool because it was melting the plastic. But now that's all gone. I can't tell any keys. But I know the type, so I'm good.
Yeah, but because you just set your fingers in the right spots and it just works. But how do you know what you're typing because you have no screen?
Probably the same way that the blind guy passed the programming school when I was in college.
Braille coding. All right, ladies, and as he would say, dearest listeners, thank you for your time here with the Not Robots podcast. Please feel free to send us commentary, offer up topics, but please subscribe if you haven't.
Oh,
Listen
most important.
and
Most
enjoy.
important. If you're on Apple Podcasts, write a review for us. If you're a long-term listener,
Does that do anything?
it's supposed to help. All right,
Okay,
thanks.
do what
Not
Pete-
robots
do
out.
what this guy says. See y'all. Cloud of COVID. Now, if you're the Adams family, and you've got the cloud of you offered up the cloud of gloom, the cloud of COVID.
Cloud of gloom.
No, that'd be a different thing. That's a cloud of oh my God, Dragon's Dogma. Apparently, it's a video game. Rain, not rain, or rain, rain, not rain, or rain. Gotta do REIN, the horse rain.
I don't know.
You should have just said it rains, and then comma rains, comma rains. So
There.
So COVID cloud, right, and it's spinning around too. Oh yeah, Dragon's Dogma. So I accidentally binge watched it over the weekend.
What?
Dragon's Dogma.
Dragon's Dogma?
Dragon's Dogma.
I've never heard of it, but then again, I'm not
Apparently it's a game.
I don't have a
It
nerd
was
card enough for anime too much like
based,
that.
I think it was based on a Capcom game or something.
Okay.
Interesting. Dark. Really effed up.
Should I ask my daughter about that one? Do you think she's seen it?
I don't know if she has, but maybe.
Both my kids watch a
there's-
ton of
there's-
stuff on
there's
Hulu.
some little nudity in it. You may not want. She's just a little thing. There's some nudity.
They've watched horror movies. So
But it's kind of.
they understand that nudity doesn't necessarily mean sexuality.
Unless somebody's screwing a succubus and then realizes it's a succubus and chokes it out.
What are you watching?
Dragon's Dogma.
Oh, okay. Well, that answers that.
So, did you see The Witcher?
Yeah, duh. I'm not dead.
So, Dragon's Dogma is kind of like an animated video game version of an animated version of The Witcher, except for he's not a Witcher. And the whole entire cycle of the dragon is the most effed up thing I have ever. And I figured it out
Does the Witcher ever go after a witch?
immediately. We haven't we have encountered a bunch of witches. I don't know if his name is Witcher because of an ability set or if he goes after, because Witchers hunt monsters,
Right.
not witches.
So a short name for a monster hunter
Is a Witcher.
is a Witcher?
And that,
So what's
and
a
that
short
game,
name for a witch hunter?
Dead. The witches in that series were fucking frightening. Their abilities were a bit stupid. So yeah, that would be dead. Well, no, he could probably hold his own against a witch. But some of those witches are really powerful. Really powerful.
Yeah.
So, but he's old as crap and he had
Do
been...
you know what the Witcher would say about that? And that would be about it. Full grunt. The end.
That's because his diet is largely meat and carnivore.
I agree. I like that. That's basically my diet.
Because he's double the size he was in Superman.
Yeah. Henry Cavill. Cavill?
Cavell.
Cavill?
Yeah, I believe it's
Dude.
Cavell.
I mean, even in Superman, he was pretty ripped. But in The Witcher,
He
you're like,
was,
dude,
his arms were as big as yours. Easily.
it's like, whatever program
Scary.
you're on, bro,
You mean
he ain't
whatever,
skipping leg day. That's for damn sure.
whatever enhancement he's on?
Well, let's hope not. Can you unhook the doodad?
You and your dang doodad.
The diddly doo? Scooby doo bop. Whoop whoop.
Since you're not going to watch it, then I'll tell you.
So,
So,
not watching?
Dragon's Dogma is some
Oh.
guy, and
Oh,
then
okay.
his wife is pregnant, and there's a kid, and there's a
What?
garrison.
That sounds like nobody.
There's a garrison, and the garrison soldiers are essentially a bunch of drunkards because they got nothing to do, because, you know, they're sent there by the Baron to make sure that the land is protected from dragons, even though they haven't seen a dragon in 100 years. Dark cloud vortex spawns.
Wait a minute. So, that would be like, okay, we haven't seen a Nazi in 100 years, but we have a special group specifically to stop Nazis.
Which probably still exists to this day.
Right, well, maybe. I mean, we're talking about the 1930s, and then there was still some where they were running around or whatever up until like the 60s or something, and they're like
Well, they were in South
disappeared.
America trying to clone
Venezuela,
themselves.
yeah. Yeah. Anyways,
So,
so that makes more sense. We're within what 60 years or less time frame as far as the Nazis go. But you're talking about they haven't seen a dragon in 100 years.
but they're prepared.
We're talking about
Prepared.
something large, and it's not hiding in like Scrooge McDuck's cave or something.
It
You know
could
what
have
I
been.
mean?
It could. We don't know that. It could have been.
Yeah.
So
Well.
he's out hunting with the boy because he doesn't. It's a fishing village. He's the only hunter.
It's an efficient village.
It's a fishing village.
Oh,
He's
fishing.
the only hunter.
Okay.
So he's out hunting with the boy, and the boy brings down this thing, and then one of those dark wolf offshoot things is there, and he tries to kill it, and that doesn't work because the thing is really fast, and it's got a bunch of friends. So he sends the boy running to the village. He's got a
Do you follow any of that?
he's got a
I didn't.
not a short sword, but a knife. So he's trying to fight off the.
We're talking like a kunai or a
the-
wakizashi?
No, just a hunting knife. He's a hunter.
Okay. So like
So-
a buoy?
Smaller than a buoy, but hunting knife. Just generic,
Like a
say,
kunai.
fucking 18th century hunting knife. Call it, because we're talking armor. We're
Camp.
talking people with armor.
Camp knife.
Yeah,
Okay.
camp knife. So
Talking about a knife maker.
he sends the boy off to tell the garrison, "Hey, wolves, we need help."
So he's telling the wolves?
No,
that
the boy. No, he sends the boy off to the garrison to say, "Hey, dude's being attacked by wolves. We need help." There's a bunch of wolves, and it's like some breed of wolf that shouldn't be near a town. They're supposed to be
Like a
skittish.
werewolf?
Not
Oh.
were, but some dark,
fox,
angry-ish
skittish?
wolf thing. So homeboy's off in the woods by himself trying to fight these things off.
So he's an inner city kind of guy?
No,
Homeboy?
he's no far from the inner city kind of guy. And
Well,
so
I mean, he
the
knows what a
sky
camp
gets
knife is, I
dark,
guess.
right? And a vortex opens up.
Okay.
What comes out of the vortex?
Probably a dragon.
Very good.
Oh, all right.
And it doesn't kind of fly
Oh,
out
this
of the...
plot is tough to
Oh
follow.
yeah, it is. And it doesn't fly out of the cloud. The cloud, and all of a sudden manifests the nastiest looking airborne death machine, and it doesn't.
So an A10.
Yeah,
Okay.
it doesn't. It doesn't roar. It screams.
So an A10.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then proceeds to start flying, leveling things in its path.
Like
So-
an A10.
Exactly. So homeboys, so we flash to the garrison guys going, Dr. Flox is that. It's a dragon. All right, boys. First off, everybody wanted to run. Like, no, boys, it's our job. Come on, we're trained. Blah blah blah.
So nobody that's in it has ever seen a dragon because they're all out of the.
Correct.
Because they've all aged out and they have no idea how to fight the thing.
Correct.
But they've been trained
Correct.
ish.
Yeah. So they're mustering. Dragon lands. They shoot a bunch of arrows at it.
Dink.
Yeah. Dragon turns.
Laughs. Burns them all.
Not even last, but yeah, there was the incendiary.
Wait, was it the dragon that's flying backwards, the green one?
No.
That eats
no,
the beans?
No.
That's the girlfriend that's
no,
a red dragon?
No.
No, and that's the backward. It's not the backwards flying dragon?
No,
Okay.
it's not that one. So we flash to him, and he's killed a couple of these things with his knife, and there's still several of them, and he's getting backed up to a cliff, and the
Wait a minute. They shot arrows at it and it dinked off.
Uh-huh.
But this little guy with
No.
the camp knife.
Flashback to him fighting the wolf things.
Oh, he's fought wolves.
So
with
he's
him.
fighting the wolf things still.
So he
when
still
the
thinks-
dragon manifests, he has no idea the dragon's here.
So he thinks that once he sees the dragon, that he's going to be able to fight it with his camp knife.
No, we don't. He has no idea the dragon's there. Follow the story. So he's
Is
backed up.
everybody
To
else
the,
having this kind of problem?
he's backed up to the edge of the cliff, right?
I
He's got the
guess.
knife,
Wait,
and
like
the
a
wolves
ghost,
are
or
coming at him. And all of a sudden, the wolves, well, the pack leader, which
Okay.
is about to come at him, blood on its teeth for chewing on the deer that the boy shot. All of a sudden, its ears drop and its tail drops. It howls, and they're gone. They're like, "We're the Dr. Flox out of here." He turns around to see the village being decimated by the dragon.
So like the Daenerys Targaryen. Woof.
Yeah,
Okay.
in spades. I mean, this dragon is just angry and chewing and
So
so
the village formerly known as Dracarys.
not quite. So
Okay.
he gets to the village. He finds the boy. The boy was actually smart enough to dodge and weave and go find the wife. And the boy and the wife, and he's like, "Come on, we gotta get out of here." So he finds the boy, he finds the woman, and the dragon lands.
It lands.
It lands.
So
The boy goes running
it means
off.
it was a wingling dragon.
It was flying.
Okay.
So the boy goes, "I'm gonna go see if the path is clear."
He's gonna squint and try to look for something that will
So
just decimate whatever it is he's trying to look out of.
So he goes from their hiding spot, past the village square to the edge. Where the building ends right here, right? Gets to where the building ends, and
Right next to
essentially
the sidewalk.
he's hit by a Mack truck. The dragon plows right through him, swallows him, throws him up in the air, gulp, gone, choo choo choo.
Wait, did he chew before swallowing, or did he swallow first and then made chewing noises?
Some combination of the above.
So he's not alive
So-
anymore.
Our hero gets angered after seeing this,
Rightfully so, it sounds like.
and
Oh man, this dude just got eaten by the dragon. I assume if it's one, it can possibly be a bastard.
it gets better.
Okay.
So he charges dragon.
Well, like with a
He's
Visa
got
or MasterCard?
cojones the size
Oh,
of...
like runs at. Okay.
And Dragons does the old traditional dragon spin around, swat you with my tail, and launch you behind
This
into a
giant
building.
dragon cared enough about that guy to pay attention to him.
Oh, yes. That's the plot line of the show.
That the dragon cares about the guy?
The dragon turns...
Does he train the dragon? I've seen this.
The dragon turns, looks at his pregnant wife.
I have not seen this.
She's gone. I mean, gone. Not
This,
even
this is not
ashes.
a child's cartoon.
Not even ashes. She's gone. He's laying there half conscious on the ground, screams in rage at the dragon.
Does he start lighting up, or are we talking about like Japanese cartoon and it's like two
Dragon
frames?
talks to him. Do you hate me? Do you want vengeance?
Wait, he can talk to the dragons?
The dragon can
He's
talk.
like Khusro Da and all that, or are we
the
talking
dragon
about like
can talk.
the dragon talks English or whatever language it is they're using in this anime?
The dragon
Wait, probably speaking Japanese?
English. The dragon
Oh, okay.
casts a spell,
Wait, the dragon's a wizard?
pulls his heart out of his body, and consumes it.
Whoa, so this a Harry Potter dragon? Is that what's going on? Probably a Voldemort because it's evil, right?
The dragon tells him, if you want revenge, come find me.
But he just pulled his heart out.
Our hero passes out.
Meanwhile, the heart stays alive inside the dragon. Thump, 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 thump. Actually, he just watched his wife burn, so it's probably more like. But
A chick is brought into this world.
like
She
a
finds him.
small chicken.
She finds him, drags him off heals the wound on his chest, drags him off to a bed and lets him recover.
But he doesn't have a heart.
For he is now an arisen.
He's a heartless.
He's an arisen.
They get fought against with the guys with the keyblades.
He's cursed, bound to the dragon.
Wait,
The dragon tells him telepathically, come find me. So homeboy's pissed off. Dragon's got my heart. Kill the boy and my wife. I'm gonna go off this dragon. Cause I'm ticked.
hey, he's still alive. Of course he'd be.
On his journey, he encounters different things. The griffin. There's a whole bunch of little stories that lead up to him and his final battle with the dragon.
Okay.
And as he travels through each little journey to get closer and closer to the dragon, he encounters people and sees human weaknesses and all this stuff, and he becomes angry and more disconnected from humanity.
Becomes the dragon himself. I knew it! Man, this is so predictable! It's terrible! Oh, vortex open, what comes out? The dragon. And then eventually he becomes a dragon. Oh, come on. I didn't need to see it. I'm glad you told me this. Like,
The dragon.
alright, well, I guess I saw the whole anime now without the crazy repeating frame.
So the dragon
Mm-hmm.
was a human that killed a dragon, who was a human that killed a dragon. And
Where'd this vortex come from then?
they all become arisen, and each arisen's task is to slay the dragon that took their heart.
To become a dragon.
However, if you slay the dragon out of anger and vengeance, you become the dragon. So if he killed that dragon because he wanted to protect humanity,
So did he
he
go
would
all,
have ended the cycle.
So did he go all Bruce Lee and enter the dragon?
Oh, the dragon let him kill it, and he cut his heart out, and he ate the dragon's heart because he got.
Where
to
was
this-
his heart then?
It
Was he able to put it back in his
It
chest?
wasn't back
Just
yet.
tore his
It was
stitches
gone. It
and
was
threw
dead.
in? So the dragon
But
flipped it out.
as the story progressed and he got angrier, he also got an ability.
Dragon abilities.
His eyes would go red,
He could breathe fire.
and he
Unless
would
he was
be
a backwards dragon, then he could
faster
fart fire.
and stronger. But he was also. It was like the Viking Berserker Rage. So he was like Berserker Rage. You remember, he was gone when he was Berserker Rage. He was just frightening. He killed a Hydra by himself in Berserker Rage. Took off all of its heads. You know how hard it is to kill
With
a Hydra?
camp knife.
Yeah, with a camp knife.
I have no idea how hard it is to kill a
But
Hydra.
the
I've never killed
anime,
one.
the graphics were phenomenal because it was
Never
an
seen a
anime.
Hydra.
It was really good CGI.
Okay.
It was they did a fantastic job. His attitude problem. So he reminded me of The Witcher, except for not as the story progressed, he didn't get colder and colder. You know the way The Witcher's all zen. He got berserker and berserker.
Is that a word?
Berserker. His berserkification increased.
It's berserkitude?
Yes,
Okay.
I like that. his berserkitude increased.
Does berserkitude berserk?
Yes, precisely. He had all berserkitude.
Berserk.
Terrible thing.
Fired his berserker with his berserkitude
Yes,
and it berserk.
exactly.
Bazing!
So he ends up.
Bazoom!
What did he? He fought a lich.
What? Oh, like a undead kind of thing.
Each
Gotcha.
story was like a 7 deadly sin. There was greed.
Oh.
There was pride.
Oh.
There was
Oh.
pride was the last one, because if he wasn't proud, he would have killed the dragon for humanity, and he would not have become the dragon. Greed was the lich, because the lich was once a priest, and
The lich was usually like a previous king that went undead. Right?
well, this one was he was the head of a church that went undead,
Okay, so
and he
pride.
craved, so
Oh,
he
it was
collected
also
gold.
pride?
No, was it? No, he wasn't pride. He was greed.
Okay.
There was lust.
Gluttony.
Yep, there was gluttony. Gluttony was the first one. These guys, this one baronet, he had a cyclops that he used to control a village. They all gave him you've got to sacrifice one of your children to the cyclops, and I will give you some food back. But there isn't enough food because the land is dry, and you can't go hunting in the woods to get food because the cyclops is in the woods. So if you sacrifice a child, the cyclops will be abated. Meanwhile, he's controlling the cyclops, and they're all giving him food, and he doesn't have to do a damn thing, and he's eating like a pig, and people are dying.
What's the show again?
Dragon's Dogma.
Okay.
So it really walks through all the 7 deadly sins.
What about sloth?
Did they do sloth?
See,
I couldn't remember
6 out
the
of
name.
7.
I couldn't remember the name of every episode, because sometimes you know how Netflix will just pop it if you're watching it continuously.
Yeah,
Just
and
launch
then you
it.
forget which episode you're
Yeah.
on because you got it. And when you're done, you let the episode stop and you hit next one, but then you hit back and then you can see exactly which one you're on.
Yeah, that's like too much work.
Yeah.
I ain't doing all that. But yeah, it seemed to be following the whole entire 7 deadly sins thing. Not the characters, the 7 deadly sins, the whole entire. And at the
I'm
end,
almost done with Cobra Kai.
I'm not.
I'm gonna turn
watching
this
that.
off.
I am not watching that. Ralph, my
Turn it off.